we have to be very clear that channeling is not evidential. So if you are channeling something, we know people that channel silver birch. I was about to say something else there.
You are.
Silver birch. Silver birch said, first of all, silver birch isn't one person. It's a conglomerate of people from the spirit world that got together and said, let's call ourselves silver birch. But he said, if I come back, I will be known by my real name. And unless that happens, it will not be me. And yet we've got people all over the world channeling silver birch. It's nonsense. Silver birch has only communicated to the world once, and his medium is now in the spirit world. We have people channeling all sorts of aliens and lovely. We cannot prove it. That would be channeling. It's not evidential. Healing, anything that's not evidential can be channeled, but when you are in trance and you are giving communication on behalf of the spirit world, it has to be in a way tested and verified. And if that's the case, the gentleman I know in the spirit world who was a physical and trance medium, gentleman spoke to me through him, and I went away and I verified what he gave me, and it was true. That wasn't him channeling. That was deep trance, evidential mediumship, because I could verify it. So channeling is anything that can't be verified, and like healing, our lovely philosophy, sometimes that could be from the higher self of the person as well.
Does have a use, and it is for teachings, inspiration, that side of what we call inspirational addresses, creating a thought within you. So it does have its place. Inspirational writing, absolutely everything. So it does have a place, and there's nothing wrong with it in itself. We just need to clear up the difference between the two. Some people say, well, it's semantics. It's absolutely not. There's a clear difference between
There's a lot of altered states mediums out there thinking they are in the trance state with the spirit world speaking through them, and it's not. It's their higher self. And we have had to have conversations with a number of different people. Denise, you might not get this down your way, but we get people going, how? My name is Two Feather and I come from far away to speak to you. Absolute poppycock. Rubbish.
God, that was polite.
It is not the spirit world. The spirit world are intelligent enough to know how to speak in the English language and any other language they choose to speak in. They do not speak in broken language.
Yes.
Just because they spoke like that here. Oh my goodness. This is us just getting warmed up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. There was a wonderful gentleman that I was very privileged to meet many, many years ago. And I'm going to be quite open and honest. When I first saw him, I judged him. He had his tea down his top. I could smell him before I could actually got close enough to talk to him. And I thought, you can't be a trance medium. But I tell you something, he blew me away that night, because this little old man that was from round the corner where I lived, he could hardly put two words together. He spoke in several languages that evening fluently to people within the congregation. And I mean different languages, not normal, what we call everyday languages. It was incredible. And I remember him at the end, because this really says, now I will take questions. And before anyone could say anything, he said, you, sir, Philip, there. And I just went, oh, the answer to your question is, and he told me the answer, and he says, that would be the answer to the question you wanted. I was like, yeah. He did that for about an hour to everybody. It was incredible. But he also told us very evidential things. But he says, when your loved one comes, you will know it. And I thought, well, of course we would. Then it happened. And I was able to speak to a loved one. It was his voice, pitch and tone perfect. Every hair stood up on my body. I know there's not many left, but I know it was a case of, it was phenomenal. It was in that first person. He took me down memory lane. He walked me through everything. He described everything. There was no something about this, something about that. He just went through the whole lot. Remember, we went fishing. This is the place. This is what happened. This is where you kick the crab. This is where you did. It just went on.
They've mentioned Leslie Flint and asked if that was channeling.
That was direct voice.
That's direct voice mediumship. It is not channeling, it is evidential.
In fact, it's independent voice where they talk to you. And we've done a little bit of study on Leslie Flint, or I have. There's many popular celebrities that have come through that are very famous. There's enough recordings out there, you can compare the voices, they match up. We put them through an audio system on the computer, and the point and tone of voice, absolutely, it's incredible. And when you listen to the stories that come through from the people, they're brilliant. I can't remember, there's a gentleman called John something or other. He was the chief executioner for the UK, and he came back through to say that he felt so much regret because he only took one person's life who shouldn't have been taken. It was a mistake. He felt guilty. He showed remorse for it and everything.
So channeling, we've got somebody saying channeling is like being in the back seat of your head whilst your mouth drives. Yes, if it's yourself. If it is the spirit world, you will know, they will be there with you. So it's just, I think it's about understanding yourself and sitting long enough within your own altered states practice. In order to have the spirit world speak through you, you need to first have that still pond, allow them to come in, have that partnership, have the blending, your conscious mind move out the way, the spirit world come in, and then learn to control the body, not control because they're in there, but influence the maneuvering of the body. That takes years, at least 5, 6, 7, 8 years of every single week sitting for the altered states. It doesn't happen after going for 2 weeks trance training to the AFC college. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. There's absolutely no way on the planet that can happen. But we know that there are people out there that go on a course and come back saying, I'm a trance healer, I'm a trance medium. Bless them, for they know not what they've done. There is a lot of misunderstandings there, and let's stick to the truth. Let's give altered state mediumship the absolute delight and respect that it deserves, because people are spending their life training and learning and blending with the spirit world for this. It's a very, very beautiful thing. When you're touched by the spirit world through a trance state, it can't be mistaken. It cannot be mistaken. It's a beautiful thing.